Welcome to the Point Second Podcast. My name is James Keeley. With me, as always, is Sammy Schaefer. How are you, Sammy?
Feeling good, cold but good.
It's cold. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. This is courtesy of my boy Tucker out in Nebraska. Hooked me up,
Nice.
so I'm wearing this.
Very nice.
They're sending us stuff all day long. I'm like, I'll send you some PTP stuff. He's like, nah, I'm good.
This is a one-way street.
He can never not bust balls. Old school friends are the best. Episode 31 available Thursday, December 12th, or maybe Wednesday, December 11th if you're a subscriber.
Yeah, there you
Put
go.
it out there early, all of you. Sammy, you pitched a bit.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do it. All right, let's do it right now. This is called, what is it?
Is it Sammy or is it James?
Is it Sammy or is it James? Is it Sammy?
Or is it James?
All right, Sammy, what you got?
All right, so I work out during the day a lot, like 11, 12 o'clock, and I usually eat a snack on my way to the gym.
Okay.
Today, when I was going to the gym, I forgot. So I got to the gym, I had my snack in my bag, and I decided, I'm here, and I ate my snack in the locker room. And I was thinking about you, I'm like, is it weird that I'm sitting here eating my peanut butter and rice patty snack inside the locker room? Or is it just James? Would you eat in the locker room?
So I'm a world-class germaphobe. You are, what's the opposite? World-class gross. World-class gross? You do things that I would never dream of.
Yeah.
That I would be like scraping my tongue if I did it. If I did it at all.
Okay.
Okay? When I eat in a locker room at a gym,
Yes.
I'm not the most fleet-footed guy, Sam.
Okay.
I'm a large fella.
Yeah.
I think I got pretty good feet for the guy I am.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Something happened to me.
Okay.
Health update. It's fine. But I have never been faster than when I'm in a men's locker room.
You mean like you just get in change, get out?
You walk in, I think at my gym, I go to LA Fitness and I go to a local one too. I have two gyms. I stay with the LA Fitness because it's cheap and they have a bigger weight room than the other one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think if you're over 80 and you're nude, you get a free pass there. Because they really love to shake it in these gyms.
I don't know what it is about that generation, but they're always standing there at the mirror naked, brushing their teeth. And it's like, put some clothes on and brush your teeth.
A lot of things hanging.
Yeah, you don't need to shave naked. You're in public.
And then there's younger guys. They're typically Latin or Italian.
Mhm.
I don't know the difference. Slightly different pigment. Doesn't matter to this Irishman. But they'll sit like Captain Morgan. I don't know if you can see. I got the leg
One
up.
leg up, yeah.
One leg up. And they'll use the communal hairdryer for their undercarriage.
I haven't seen that.
I've seen it on multiple occasions.
Your gym is something different. Your gym
Okay.
is something special.
So this is a real tornado of pubes, stench, just like the air quality.
It's moist in there.
Moist.
right?
This
Yeah.
moist. We just had all 7 women that watch the show tune right out. We
But there's
said
something
moist.
weird about a gym locker room. It is thick in there. It's moist in there.
It's humid.
Yeah, humid.
The
Maybe that's the
humidity
word.
factor.
There it is, yeah.
Oh my God. So you're like, you know what? This looks like a good place for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to eat before I worked out.
All right. I'm going to make a ruling on this. This is Sammy. This is Sammy's bad, not James's. All right. Comment below. Text me. I bet you there's not one person that's going to agree with you that eating a sandwich in a gym locker room is A, appealing, and B, advisable.
I don't know. I survived.
Your immunity must be like unbelievable.
I just go for my daily shot of penicillin.
Yeah,
Just get it
I
out of the
know.
way every morning.
You got superpowers.
There's
from
like a
that penicillin.
drive-through. Right at the emergency care with me, there's a drive-through. They just...
Most people have EpiPens. You just have that penicillin. Like, give it to me. Feeling some sex bugs coming on. Well, I think this segment's going to stick around for a while. A world-class germaphobe versus a world-class
Gross.
the grocer. It's been a fascinating segment of, is it Sammy or is it James? It's Sammy. Sammy, what else is on the show?
All right. Getting a sack back.
Not about me.
Beyonce's tone deaf.
Super toned down.
And Sir Elton shames Sammy.
You're going to not be
Oh.
happy with him.
Oh, no.
Start the show. All right, Sammy. There's a lot to talk about. Something just happened. I mean, we're recording Wednesday night, but Bill Belichick just took the job at University of North Carolina.
He did. I know they were talking about rumors of that.
He did. His radar for co-eds is so strong that he wants to be planted on campus.
He's going to compete with all those athletes that are sending those DMs.
Yeah.
Now they got to compete with Belichick.
He's going to be in his hoodie. That's why I wear this hoodie.
Yeah.
Belichick just texting during the game. Show me something, baby.
So gross thinking of Belichick saying that to a 20-year-old.
How old is Belichick? Can you Google that? Is he like 77, I think?
He's 76 or something like that.
Oh.
He's in his 70s, though.
He's in his 70s, and his girl was like 23?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gross.
God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him. You know the actor Robert Duvall, he was on Howard Stern, and he goes, he famously dates very young women.
Robert Duvall does that?
Robert Duvall. He was like in his 70s and he was dating like a girl in her like early 20s. And he did that repeatedly. And he goes, how do you do this? How are you getting this? Stern said that, and Duvall goes, Howard, you know what the number one killer of old men is? Old women.
He might have a point.
I agree. I don't care if a woman's old on age, like if her number is high.
Yeah.
But don't act like an old lady.
Yeah.
We got enough old ladies in the world.
Yeah.
Even if you're 80, just shake it.
Yeah.
Still wear the thong.
Flaunt
I
it.
don't care if it looks bad. Treat
Even
yourself.
if you're kind of overflowing over it.
Yeah.
Over the bra.
Remember when like 50 was like over the hill?
Yeah.
There's so many good looking 50-year-old women now. Oh my Lord.
Oh my God, there's
The times they are a changing. So
Yes.
don't be an old lady. Ladies. I have a lot of lady friends. Don't be old ladies. Speaking of old, I got my MRI results back
That's nice
on
of
my
you.
knee
Okay.
because I thought I had a torn meniscus. Sure enough, arthritis.
Oh no.
I have an arthritic knee.
Oh no. You are old, man.
I'm 45 years old.
Jeez.
How do I have arthritis?
You know, and you're an active guy. It's
I'm
not
an
like you're-
active
you're
guy.
not just sitting on the couch and your bones are decaying.
I used to be like a bar stool. I used to sit and just watch games
Yeah.
and fall off a stool once in a while and laying on the knee. And now I'm like getting up, coaching, being a dad. And they're like, sorry. And I'm like, well, what do I do? He's like, well, if it hurts, just don't do it. I'm like, so that's it? That's your... He's like, just don't do that anymore. He goes, it comes with age. I'm like, I'm 45.
You don't want to admit to arthritis in 40s.
Comes with age.
But now you'll know when it's going to rain.
Oh my God, all the time.
It would be great.
All
You'll already
the
know.
time.
You know what? Practice is canceled. It's going to rain later.
Well, I broke the growth plate in my knee playing football with my brother's stupid older friends when I was 12.
Okay.
So that screwed me. I was
Oh, there you
11.
go.
Maybe I was 11.
Yeah, you had this coming.
So I've had those rain pains for a long time.
Sorry to
So,
hear
yeah.
that.
So say goodbye to this old guy. He's just wrapping things up, getting his affairs in order. You know who also is getting his affairs in order?
Yeah.
Luigi.
Ooh, Luigi.
Oh God.
America's heartthrob.
Everyone loves
They
that.
love him.
That sexy
I
Joker.
mean, don't get me wrong. He's attractive.
Beefcake Joker is killing it.
Is that what you're calling Beefcake Joker?
I'm
That's good.
gonna tag that
That's
Beefcake
good.
Joker.
I think you're right.
Yeah, the other Joker was like,
Yeah.
that and shitty,
Yeah.
and real scrawny. But Beefcake Joker,
Oh man.
he's loving life.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a lot of attention. He's gonna get a lot of letters, a lot of undies in the mail.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll have plenty of conjugal visits.
A lot of conjugal visits. Do they allow those?
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Was that always just in the movies and we just thought it was real?
I think they allow it some places.
Maybe.
Like California, they probably do because they
Yeah.
take care of their prisoners.
They allow
there.
everything.
They take care of their. At least Cook County, like we lock them up, but we treat them terribly in there. We'll let them out, but when they're in there, you don't want to be in Cook County prison, from what I understand. You know who might be in prison soon? Jay-Z.
Oh.
Nice
Is there
segue.
more on that?
Well, Jason Whitlock show, he had Larry Johnson on. Larry Johnson was a very good running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. And he said he was at a party and Beyonce was there and Jay-Z was there. And he's like, it's 11 p.m. And then they bring out these young kids. And he said Beyonce said something like, this party just got a lot sexier or something like that. Like, he goes, they were children.
Like legit children.
He goes, they were like, yeah.
That you can tell they're like
Very
16 or
underage.
something, yeah.
Oh, I think he was saying like it was lighter than that. But
Ooh.
people are coming out. And I think people are saying like, some bad stuff happened. We should have stepped up at the time. And now we're going to say it. Or they're saying, I'm going to rat you out before you can rat me out.
Yeah. before they raid my house.
Yeah, Larry
Give
Johnson.
me a call, FBI, because I got some info.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Larry Johnson was a hell of a running back for the Chiefs. He went to Penn State, and now I think he's a little bit of a wacko, but I don't know. Maybe he's great. I don't know. But he did come out and say this. I think people are going to come out with their stories and be like, look, I was at these parties and really bad stuff did come down.
It doesn't help, though, because he sat on this for 15, 20 years.
I know.
So it doesn't help him that much.
But sometimes you can't. And I don't agree with that philosophy, but I've heard a lot of people that said this, this guy sexually assaulted me. No one cares. This person did this. No one cares. All you do is get ostracized and no one cares.
Yeah, I just feel like, though, you still got to get it out there.
I totally agree with you. I just think maybe there's strategy behind it sometimes.
I guess if you're famous and you're worried about getting kicked out of the group.
Yeah, and maybe it was just so commonplace that it was like, oh yeah, that happened all the time. Like, what do we do? But I agree with you. You can't. That's the devil's work, is being silent when there's like injustice happening like that. That's why you need a Beefcake Joker.
You need Beefcake Joker
To straighten things out with the healthcare industry.
If he was around during the Diddy days, it never would have happened.
I know.
It never would have happened.
Listen,
Come on, Luigi.
I got a family to take care of, but you could get back into the stripper scene and really put some heat on some CEOs if they don't act right.
I don't know if I can get a six-pack like that guy.
Ah.
I am way too old to be working out that much.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
I'll try.
Be a vigilante, Sammy. It'll give great publicity. If you're in prison,
yeah,
the PTP will go through the roof, Sam.
Yeah, that's true. We can start doing some PTP remote segments in jail.
You could figure it out. Do it. Be a friend.
I will do it just for the show.
Be a friend. But Beyonce is performing the halftime show of the Ravens-Texas game on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. She should just stay under the radar for the rest of the year and maybe the rest of the decade.
Probably let this one play out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think those guys should. And who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Yeah. I mean, some stuff could come out and they might have to cancel it. This is a bad call by Netflix to be like, we're gonna do this. They're banking a lot on this Christmas Day stuff. Yeah. The streaming of the Tyson fight was terrible.
So these games are only available on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Another thing when the NFL is like, screw everyone.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. If you're not subscribed to Netflix, you don't get to watch our game. Yeah.
We're gonna make millions of dollars.
And also, if they screw up the streaming, which they might,
they will.
Oh boy!
It's gonna be a riot.
Oh boy! This has been fun, Sammy. Let's start drinking.
Are these game day drinks?
Sammy.
Yeah.
Time for everybody's favorite drinking game.
Are these game day drinks?
11 for 11.
Nice.
Is it 10 for? I don't know. What do we got, Sam?
We have got the Bullet Old Fashioned Cocktail. This is a pre-made beverage by a local brewer.
This is Bullet.
Bullet
Old Fashioned Cocktail.
I never knew they were local.
Yeah. Plainfield, Illinois. It says pour straight up or over ice. We decided over ice. And it's made with Kentucky bourbon and orange bitters. That seems very simplistic to me. I'm quite the old-fashioned snob.
You are.
I don't like when it's pre-mixed, but we'll see. We did a Knob Creek last season, a Knob Creek one, and the three of us rated that. Yeah. We'll talk about that after this. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see if this is a game day drink. And I looked at the scores.
Brought the fancy glasses, too.
Fancy glasses and everything. I know. This is for like one of your fancier game viewing parties. So. You like old fashioned, Sam?
I do.
Okay. All right.
Well, James is the bit of a snob when it comes to him.
A bit of a snob. Mm-hmm. All right, we know the rules. Okay, you got to get it within 1 point, or you face the consequences.
Oh, God.
And that consequence is no joke. It's pickle cotton candy. And I'm not joking when I say it's horrible. If you nail someone's score, they have to eat the pickle cotton candy as well. All right? So we're not messing around here. Okay?
Now, I'm scared in this one because I do not know Kitty's old-fashioned taste, bourbon taste. So I'm really winging it on this one.
Okay.
Gonna chase that bourbon with
what do you think Kitty gave this, Sam?
I'm saying not enough for game day, 6.3.
I think she gave this a 6.6. Kitty?
6.6.
Oh, you haven't tried it yet. You have not had the pleasure of trying.
Take a big pull, Kitty. Here we go. Enjoy. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
God.
It's so terrible.
This is the worst thing ever made.
It
It
is.
should say
Oh
"Do
my
not
Lord.
eat" right on the package.
She's such a nice person. She shouldn't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
I think we just lost our producer,
She
Sam.
worked so hard on the show, and we torture her.
Torture her. All right,
We're
let's see
not
what we
done
do.
Who's
What,
next?
what do you think Sammy gave this game?
I thought Sammy liked it. I said 6.4.
I think he get. Are you still writing?
No,
Sam?
I'm changing mine to your score, not mine.
All right.
I'm done. I got my score.
I think he went under 6.3.
6.8.
Oh,
Six
okay.
and-
I mean, you drink it, but in my opinion, it tastes more just like straight up whiskey. It doesn't have an old fashioned flavor. Otherwise, I would have rated it higher.
Yeah, we need to pump the brakes though. What would you give the cotton candy, Kitty?
Oh God. 0.2.
It's that.
0.0.
She's not joking. It's that bad.
It is
So bad.
really
It's that bad.
Our
It's like
the way we
old
score has
stinky
changed
socks.
ever since we've introduced this.
Ugh. And they were like, "That's the one. Put it in the box.
Gold.
Ship it."
Everyone's gonna love it.
All right. Comes down to this. What did you guys give me? What do you think I got this at, Kitty?
I said you liked the game day drink. 6.4.
I think he liked it a lot more. 7.4.
6.7. Okay.
Oh,
6.4.
Oh.
7. Okay. Everybody
No,
qualified.
man. No.
Poor Kitty's the only one that got the punishment. All right. So it qualified for all of us, but the Knob Creek, Sammy, you gave the Knob Creek a 7.5.
Mhm.
So that's better. I gave it a 7.6, and Kitty gave it a 6.8.
Mhm.
So this isn't as good as the Knob Creek, but
No.
it still qualifies. I would doctor this up, though. I think it's a little
Yeah.
light.
You need something. You definitely got to add something to it.
It's-
Unless you like just straight up bourbon, you're fine.
But I love the Luxardo cherries.
Yeah.
If I get some Luxardo cherries in there
you'd probably
and a better ice cube, I'm good. But I'll make you an old fashioned on the show, Sammy.
Yes.
Kitty's had them, and we'll do it right. But
I like
this
it.
it works, and we love the local guys. So cheers, Bullet.
Cheers.
We'll tag you and send us some free stuff. We'll drink it. All right, this has been another fascinating segment of
Are these game day drinks?
Nailed It. College football picks. All right, Sammy. The bowl games are here. The
Yep.
playoff is upcoming. Bowl season used to be amazing.
Yeah.
It used to be fantastic. There was games on, started like right around mid-December, and you could just drink, eat, be merry, and gamble, and see if you were paying for your Christmas presents or if you were returning a few things to get the cash back. Isn't that how everybody handled their holidays?
That's usually how gambling works. Yeah.
But now with the transfer portal,
Yeah.
if these kids aren't making it into the playoff, they're out of there.
Really?
So I don't know how this works. I just don't understand it. Here's the picks.
Out of there like they transfer?
Yeah, but they're like, oh well, I'm not playing some meaningless game and
Oh,
banging up my legs
I
and
see,
you
yeah.
know, or getting CTE for no good reason. So how do you cap these?
Yeah.
Okay,
interesting.
they're impossible now. So no one's sticking around. I presume unders will hit. I don't bet these. They're not worth it. Go flip a coin. Go play blackjack.
There
This
you
is
go.
stupid. Like the first games, South Alabama, Western Michigan. I don't know enough about these teams to begin with.
Okay.
But some of these players aren't going to even play. I mean, you get Oklahoma, Navy. I mean, I feel like they're going to be ratings disasters,
Yeah.
and everybody's going to say there's no more bowl games, or we're going to do like 5, and they're going to be pretty big ones, and we're going to put something behind it, and they're going to have some prize or something.
They're going to have to change something.
Yeah, because
They're gonna have to.
the playoff will be fantastic.
Mm.
All right, let's look at the bracket for the playoff. I mean, not a lot of people are thrilled about some of the matchups. They're not as exciting. We'll get to Clemson, Texas, and then the winner of that plays Arizona State. I know you haven't looked at any of this, but I want your initial reaction for the next episode. Tennessee, Ohio State will play, the winner of that will play Oregon. SMU, Penn State will play Boise State. That winner will play Boise State, and then Indiana, Notre Dame winner will play Georgia. I could see Clemson pulling an upset. I could see all of the dogs, actually. I think this will be very exciting because I think all of the dogs are getting a good amount of points, and I think they're very live. So this will be really fun. We'll talk about this in an episode of next week. But yeah, this looks fun. I mean, Arizona State is a 4 seed, seems ridiculous. Oregon's tough. Boise State, I think, is fraudulent. They have one great player, and their running back, Jonty. And Georgia's good. It looks to me like Oregon's going to play Georgia for the national championship in this, but you never know. I mean, Notre Dame, after they lost to Northern Illinois, came back pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody wants to see Oregon, Georgia. I think they want to see somebody,
I'm just thinking, I wonder what that parlay would pay if you picked all the underdogs.
Oh, it would be crazy.
I'm gonna have to put 20 on that.
I think that's actually something we should look into, and we'll probably post that on X at Point Second Pod or
Okay.
Instagram. But if you took just take two of them, two outright winners with a parlay, that's a nice one. Look at you contributing. When we first
Hey, I did
started
something.
when we first started the show, you're like, "What's a parlay?" And now you're like thinking of money line parlays. That little baby's growing up. I still want you to be a beefcake joker, though. So
Okay,
don't lose that dream.
That takes some time.
Don't lose that dream. All right. Don't bet these bowl games. They're trash. Do something else. Go work out. Enjoy time with your family. But we're gonna do something with
We're gonna give you some picks.
almost everything in the playoff. All right.
Yeah.
So look for that. Let's talk NFL.
NFL picks.
All right, Sammy. NFL playoffs are a couple of weeks away. There's
All right.
still some meaningful games left. There's also a bunch of trash games.
There's a lot this week.
What's our first game, Sam?
First up, Commanders at Saints. Noon game. Saints plus 7.5 with a total at 43.
Yeah, so the Commanders are the current 7 seed for the playoffs. They're 8-5. Only 7 teams from the NFC get in, 7 teams from the AFC get in. The Rams are right behind them at 7-6. So they really got to win this game. The Saints are 5-8 and have less than 2% chance to get into the playoffs, even if they win this game. But they could play spoiler. I love these teams. They play like garbage all season, and then your team plays against them, and that's the time they decide we're really going to spread it on to knock someone out of the
Now that our
playoffs.
season means nothing.
Yeah,
Come on, guys. Let's stop.
yeah. And when you're a fan of the Saints, and you're like, don't win because you want to get a better draft pick.
Oh, the Bears did that for years.
The Bears did that for years. they're like we're 2-12, but we're going to finish strong.
Now that there's no pressure, have fun, guys.
I'm already starting my pre-drinking. What are we taking in this game? Commanders at Saints.
Over at 43.
Yeah, that seems low.
Mhm.
I think there have been a few totals that are low, and I think the idea is that they're, if they're not playing for anything, they're going to phone it in. The Saints have been terrible the last 2 weeks. They've not scored many points. They've looked like trash, but the Commanders can put up 43 on their own. So I like that total. That was a good one. What's the next game, Sammy?
Bills at Lions, 325 game. Bills plus 3 with a total at 54.5.
Okay, so DraftKings hasn't released enough of the props or team totals yet. The Bills team total is probably going to be like 26.5. I like that. I mean, they're playing indoors. I think it's going to be a shootout. Bills are averaging 30.5 points per game. Lions are averaging 32.1 points per game. But the total's a lot. Like if you have a bad quarter, 55, getting to 55 is a lot.
Yeah.
I still think it hits. I just don't love it. What are we taking?
Taking the Bills plus 3.
Yeah, Bills getting points right now seems like easy money.
Mhm.
The Lions are playing fantastic. They only lost one game. But the Bills they're coming off of a loss. Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns in that game. He passed for over 300 yards, and he had 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. There was a prop on there. Is a total yardage for all the touchdowns. I think it was 93.5 yards. That's a fun bet.
Mhm.
Because, if he throws a 50-yard touchdown, whatever. But Josh Allen had like 3 one-yard touchdowns last week. So, then you get nothing. You get peanuts
Yeah.
out of that. But that's kind of a fun prop. In the playoffs, I might take some stuff like that. But again, DraftKings, A, you're not sponsoring us.
Yeah.
And B, you're not getting this stuff out quick
Come
enough.
on.
I'm trying to throw money at you. I got bills to pay.
We're trying to be degenerate gamblers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not helping.
My arthritic knee is going to supplant me in front of this TV and watch some games.
You know what? I heard a lot of these sports books are worried about this Detroit. They're going to lose a lot of money if Detroit starts winning all these games.
Oh, I guess so.
I
Because
know
they
they're
probably
really
had
worried about them.
kind of long odds.
Mhm.
Yeah. Stick it to him.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man. if Beefcake Jokers taught us anything,
Yeah.
so you got to stick to shoot the man right in the face. All right, this is going to my head. What's the last game, Sam?
Steelers at Eagles, another 325 game. The Steelers are plus 5.5 with a total at 42.
Yeah. In-state rivalry game.
Mhm.
The Steelers are 10-3. That's shocking. I can't stand Mike Tomlin, but I respect Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He is a good coach who gets those guys playing hard.
I think he's one of the longest tenures in NFL.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame coach. I
Mhm.
mean, he really is. It's I was wrong on him, but he's still got to get him over the hump.
Yeah.
They're 10-3. Eagles are 11-2. The Steelers, so they could clinch a playoff berth with a win. They have 3 games in 10 days. They have this one on Sunday versus the Eagles, tough. Then next Saturday versus the Ravens, tough. And then 4 days after that, the unstoppable Chiefs, because the NFL's on their side. They played those 3 games back to back to back. So
Wow.
the total started at 44. Now it's at 42. So maybe the thought is, well, maybe they'll bench some of their guys if the game gets a lot of hand.
Mhm.
But the Steelers have a good backup quarterback,
Mhm.
which is
They
a
do.
good idea, Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
I don't know if you're listening, Miami Dolphins, but having a good backup quarterback in Justin Fields doesn't make me worry as much that the total couldn't hit. The Steelers plus 5.5 also looks good. What are we taking?
Taking the over at 42.
It dropped from 44 to 42, but I really like it. I saw it at 41.5 on ESPN also. So 42, it just seems like they're going to start putting up some points. The Eagles didn't play very well versus the Panthers, and A.J. Brown, their wide receiver, got a little snippy. Started saying our passing game needs some work, and they got a little rift. So I think they're going to start throwing it downfield, putting up some points in this game. We'll put some more stuff on X at Point Second Pod and IG. We got to get up on that. We got to start doing more of that
we're
stuff.
kinda bad about that.
But Sammy, everybody wants to know.
Oh, do they?
What's Sammy's pick?
Oh, man. All right, we're going Rams at 49ers, and I'm taking the Rams plus 3.
Yeah, the Rams have a chance to backdoor their way into the playoffs. The 49ers still have a chance, but I don't know. I think they're too little too late. They're behind there.
Yeah,
So-
you really can't judge off their performance against the Bears. That doesn't.
Right.
You
I
can't
mean, they
count that
destroyed
one.
the Bears.
Yeah, but everybody is these days.
But no one's impressed by that. I like Rams plus 3. They're playing better. I mean, Puka Nacua had a really big game last week. Stafford's still there. The Commanders could choke, and then that really opens it up. But we'll see about that. Sammy's picks are 4-8-1. You still got a chance of turning
Coming back,
around.
I got time.
If
I
you
got
nail
time.
this, you're 5-8-1. We
Yep.
still have plenty of time. You
Yep.
went 500 last year, your first season. I got faith in you, baby.
I can
I
do
got
it.
faith in you. But you wanted to take a meaningless Jaguars plus 3.5 game. I talked you out of it.
Wanted to. Well, I think there's 3 games this week
It mean nothing.
that are teams that are under 500 playing each other.
Yeah.
Just terrible. And I wanted to pick the worst, so I'm thinking Jaguars. Yeah, that's a good pick.
What's that team name again?
Jaguars.
Jaguars?
How do you say it?
Jaguar. It's not Jaguar like on the commercial. That's pretentious. It's not Jaguar. It's Jaguar.
They sound the same to me. They all sound the same to me. I think you're just drunk because they all sound the same.
It's Jaguar. Speak American.
37 and a half's getting to you.
You speak American. I'm going to have more of this. All right, buddy. That's all them picks. We were 4-0 last week. Listen to us. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're not ripe for a total collapse. We'll put more. Once they release those props, I'm going crazy.
Nice.
Can't wait. Let's talk news. All right, Sammy, what else is in the news?
A tense confrontation between Brett Favre and Mark Gastineau will be featured in ESPN documentary coming out on Friday.
Okay, so
First off, did I get that name right?
you did pretty good.
Okay, good.
Pretty good. There was a show on E! called The Gastineau Girls, and it was his ex-wife and his daughter, Brittany Gastineau, who I think went to Bama for a little bit.
Okay.
And they were trying to make out like she was a real hot number, but she was just like, whatever. She was just kind of like attractive, but not that hot. But
Not hot enough to have a show about you.
yeah. But that was when everyone got a show.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton had a show. So the Gastineau Girls was kind of a thing. But this Mark Gastineau, he's a Jet, so you know how I feel about him already.
Yeah.
But he's had this grudge because he had the sack record. He had 22 and a half sacks in the 80s, and he was the sack king forever, right?
Yeah.
So he, Michael Strahan broke his record, and it was on like a final play where everybody alleges that Brett Favre took a dive. It looks like he did. He rolled out. It was like a meaningless play, and Strahan comes off the edge, and Favre just drops.
Mm.
So Gastineau is world-class nut. He's been to prison for buying like amphetamines, and
Okay, that helps the story.
he's kind of a known steroid guy.
Mm.
He was a great rusher. But he that's all he did. All he did was get sacks. He did not want to play. He didn't know how to set the edge. He didn't want to play against the run. It was get the quarterback, and that's it.
He's a pit bull. He knows one thing, and that's it.
He knows one thing, and that's it. And he's pissed he didn't get in the Hall of Fame. He thinks that Strahan and Favre were like colluded against him and all this stuff.
I just don't believe that they would work that hard.
I mean, Strahan also got 22 sacks.
Yeah.
He was trying to break it with one more. He did. Is it bullshit that they did that? I absolutely think so. Yes, if they did.
Mm-hmm.
But Gastineau is also an asshole. And I don't like Strahan either. But Gastineau is a wacko. But I'm looking forward to this. This is on Friday night, 30 for 30. It premieres 7 p.m. our time. But so Gastineau has the film crew. He went to a Chicago-based memorabilia show with two other members of the Jets. They were called the Sack Exchange, the New York Sack Exchange. They had 66 sacks in like 82, and they kind of dominated the 80s. So you could see this on X. He goes up to him. And he's like, hey, Brett Favre goes up to him. And he like shakes his hand, goes to shake his hand. He goes, well, we met once before. And Gastineau won't shake his hand. He goes, yeah, right. When you fell down for him. And it was like a scorned lover talking to like his ex-girlfriend. Like, yeah, you remember when you danced with that other man? It was really awkward. And he goes, I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means at all.
Is he going to play an extra game? Because
punch him in the nuts?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? What the hell are you talking about?
He's in his 60s. He's not going back and playing. I'm going to get my sack back?
He's going to play one last game and get destroyed.
Favre goes, you probably would hurt me. And he goes, Gastineau goes, well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me? And he goes, Favre was like, I hear you. And he's like, you really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett. And then like his handlers were like, let's go away from the crazy person.
Yeah.
So it's coming out and Favre knows this is out there and he gets on X today and he apologizes. He goes, you know what? I never did this intentionally, but I understand why Mark was hurt. They didn't make the money back then. They didn't make this generational money. So being the sack king would have helped him at these memorabilia shows. More autographs and all that crap that you can do post-career. And he's very introspective about it. And Favre has done some creeperson from Creeptown, the mayor of Creepsylvania. So I'm not going to give him, I'm not going to give him too much of kudos, but he was classy on this one. He's like, I if he feels like I hurt him and he's mad at me, then I apologize and I'm sorry. And he handled it in like a very mature adult way. I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from Favre.
No, because Favre years back when he was drinking and doing the painkillers, would have been like, I'll slap you across the head. I'm on painkillers. You can't hurt me. I love Favre. He's the hero we all need right now.
Yeah.
Who do you got? Favre or Rodgers in their prime?
Oh, Favre.
I think Favre too.
It's tough. I love both of them. Favre.
I mean, Favre made the dumbest mistakes.
Yes. Yeah.
But he was just a warrior out there. But I can't wait to watch this. It looks like the other guys on the Sack Exchange, one was Marty Lyons, who played for Bama. Another guy's passed away. And then Joe Klecko, who had a ton of sacks for the Jets. They're all kind of turning on him in this thing. They're like, after he did that to Favre, and he came with a camera crew and like did it intentionally to embarrass Brett, we're like, we're done with him. Yeah. It was like, wow.
Time to move on.
And Favre played for the Jets for a year. It was a disaster,
yes.
But he is a Jet. And he's a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
But Gastineau's making like this, kept him out of the Hall of Fame and all this stuff. And then his teammates who are like his boys are like, no, you're a selfish player. All you did was get sacks, and you didn't help the defense. You were just a glory hound.
If his whole career came down to this one play, then maybe it wasn't as good as a career as he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Everybody moves on from one play.
Yeah, I mean, it's that, but I agree with if somebody took a dive and they said, you can be the all-time points leader, or we're going to pick a man up and let him dunk for the last thing. It just, he still got there.
But I watched the play. He rolled into wide arms of Strahan. I just can't believe that was on purpose. He turned around and there was a giant man standing in front of him. I'd have gotten scared. I'd have tucked and dove.
He did a bootleg to his side of the field. I think it was like, I'm going to give him an opportunity to do it. When he slides down, you can see he kind of smiles. Favre kind of smiles, and maybe it's just like, oh, he got it, or maybe it's like mission accomplished.
Maybe I'll have to watch again.
But you take money out of somebody's pocket when you do that. You got to play the game fair and square, especially when it comes to something like that, which could give somebody some legendary status. And to break a record on kind of an assist seems kind of shitty, but
how long did Strahan's record last? I mean, if it was
broken, it's tied now. It's still his record, but it's tied by T.J. Watt.
Okay.
So, and it's a hard record to break. It's a lot of sacks. So we'll see. Somebody will break it. They're gonna. The NFL will be up to like 30 games in a year. So money. We don't care how many brain injuries we get. And a poor product. Speaking of, and again, Gastineau, he was arrested for picking up amphetamines in 91, and in September of 2000 was sentenced. He went to jail again to 18 months in jail after failing to complete an anger management course after hitting his second wife, Patricia.
Hey, he's not winning any points.
Yeah.
No.
He also he had a baby with what's her face, Brigitte Nielsen from Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A baby with her.
Yeah,
He's had a lot of ladies in his
I guess
life.
the sack leader does have some clout with the ladies.
Yeah, he says he's got brain stuff now. He says he's got Alzheimer's, dementia, all this shit. But on this documentary, he looks like he's a real swinging dick. So can't wait. Love the drama. As long as it's not mine. What else, Sam?
Elton John says legalizing cannabis is one of the greatest mistakes of all time.
This is a hot take.
Well, for a minute there,
Here we go.
I thought we were getting a letter from him. I thought it was an angry fan mail. So
Oh.
I'm just glad I didn't get a direct letter from him.
Well, somebody's got to.
But still, you know what? Fuck you, Elton John.
Okay, I
It's
can't.
old school. Like, oh, weed's so bad. Get the hell out of here. You know how much coke this guy did in the 80s?
I know.
You know damn well he was doing line after line after line behind stage. Then he's going to come out and say, oh, yeah, weed's bad.
But he did, and he said it almost killed me and it almost ruined my life.
Weed?
No, he said it's a gateway drug. He said the musician who brought his touring career to an end last year has been sober for 34 years.
Good for him.
Has helped fellow celebrities Eminem and Robbie Williams, among others, to recover from addiction. He said that it's tough to hear how bad your behavior has become, and admitting this helped him get clean. He said marijuana is addictive and said it leads to other drugs. And when you're stoned, and I've been stoned, you don't think normally. I agree. I've never been stoned in my life, but I know a lot of people who have, and they're dickheads. Not you, but the rest of them.
I do not believe weed is a gateway drug at all.
Yeah.
I smoke a good amount of weed, and I don't ever smoke weed and be like, you know what? Let's do some heroin.
Yeah.
It's never crossed my mind once.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but you're not built like other people.
I think he's got an addictive personality.
He does.
And that's on him, not the weed smokers that know how to handle their weed.
But not a lot of people can control their habit like you do. I'm being serious like that. You have your
So
limits.
do we make alcohol illegal?
No,
'Cause that's addictive.
I agree. And there's, we stretch the goalpost depending on what it is. I mean, this is a country that said, nicotine doesn't have any addictive qualities.
Go ahead and smoke, you youngsters.
We're fine. Yeah. Get them smoking early. Get them a fresh pack in the morning, everybody.
Yeah, those cartoons, throw some secrets in there for them.
Yeah.
Just for the kids.
In a 1999 interview, Elton disclosed that his throat problems midway through an Australian tour in the 80s were caused by marijuana, and said he had given up the drug after advice from his doctors. I never knew, but I guess
think
smoking.
that was more like cigarettes.
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody had throat problems from marijuana. But I mean, smoking can be bad in general.
yeah.
But was he just hitting bong after bong after bong? Again, that's a you problem.
Well, Elton grew up in an era where you couldn't be gay,
Yes,
right?
that's
So
true.
so he married a woman as a beard to cover it up, and it was hard. And I think drugs and all that stuff to kind of ease your mind and to make you feel like when you're stressed like that,
Mhm.
when you think that your whole life and your career is based on if somebody outs you as a gay,
Mhm.
like you got wiener secrets, but I'm never gonna out, and it's a different time. Did you see how sincere it was?
You really tried sneaking that in too.
No, but it was hard. Like the gays now. Here we go. They have no idea, and my gay friends will secretly tell me, they're like, the gays now have no idea how hard it was for us in the 80s.
I believe it.
If we wore like a red color, we'd be chased down the street and
It was bad.
people throwing
It's real
rocks at
bad.
us just because we were living our life.
Mm.
And now it's just like, if you don't like subscribe to the culture, they're like, how dare you? They have no idea how easy they have it now. Every gay friend I know is going to be like, they don't have it that easy. I'm not saying they have it easy. I'm just saying easier.
They have it easier. I mean, they have a hierarchy now inside the gay community, so it's kind of changed.
Yeah? What's the hierarchy?
All right, so it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Okay.
Wow.
Bronze means you're gay, but you still have sex with women, so you're bi.
Wait a second. Bronze means you're gay, but you have sex with women, so you're bisexual.
Basically, you're bi, right? Silver means you are gay and have had sex with them, but you don't anymore.
Okay.
So you're done with vaginas. Gold means you are gay, born gay, never had sex with a woman in your entire life. Platinum means you are gay, born gay, never had sex with a woman in your life, and born through cesarean section, so you've never touched a vagina ever. Now,
Wow!
Now, gay community, please correct me if I'm wrong. This is my understanding that I learned about over the weekend. If I'm wrong, let me know, but this is what I'm being told.
Were you being told while you were servicing a man?
While I was servicing a Gold Star homosexual, yes.
Was he putting a bronze on you?
I guess I'm bronze. Give me that bronze star. Oh, I went to piss off a bunch of military people.
Bronze, yeah. Oh, bronze shaper.
You couldn't get away with that in the 80s, though.
Oh my God. We teach people so much on this show.
We do.
Teach your viewers well.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
We're
Sammy.
opening up horizons for everybody.
We are. There's more to talk about, but maybe we should just wrap it. He said, Elton's in this interview and he says he's got a real short fuse, which I've seen him.
I believe that.
I saw him on stage and somebody started his guitarist started the song before he was ready and he threw a stool at him. No, it was a water, and he slapped over his stool.
He's sure. Of course, he's a diva.
He's a total diva, but
Absolutely.
he admits it. They did a documentary about him in the 90s, and they titled it Tantrums and Tiaras, and he signed up on it. He's like, I love it. I love that he's a bitch, and he owns it.
Yeah.
Like, he is a bitch. But he's like, yeah, it's fine. I have a short fuse. But he also said that it's helped him. It's helped him with his music. He's like, my short fuse, like, I can get a song out quicker.
That
like,
makes sense.
I've used my problems to do better things.
You know, I think everybody at that level is a bit of a diva.
Yeah.
Because, like, you want things done your way. And so I get it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're all flawed, and
Mhm.
we all got our secrets. This is, but at least he doesn't say like the world is, it's the world is awful and it's not me. He's saying like I know that I'm difficult, but I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I'm Elton John. I do a lot of nice things. Apparently, he's one of the nicest, most generous guys you'll ever meet.
I can see that outside of stage
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
He seems like a doll. I love Elton John. I hope he lives forever. He's the best.
I'm saying, you know what, Elton John, you're a dick.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're trying to tell everybody else that we shouldn't legalize marijuana because of your problems. Hey, leave it for the rest of us. It helps the rest of us.
It helps the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an Elton problem.
Elton, that's coming from a bronze homosexual over here. So do with him what you will, Sir Elton. I salute you. There's a new documentary coming out of him called Elton John Never Too Late. He's doing his final concert at Dodger Stadium in LA. I can't believe Elton's hanging it up. He's not doing great. And he's older, but he's excellent.
How old is he?
I think he's 78,
I mean,
but he might be in his 80s.
That's amazing. He's still performing.
Oh my God! And
Absolutely amazing.
I saw him at Soldier Field, and he was fantastic. Great energy. He might be in his 80s. I don't even know. You want to look it up?
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm looking up real fast.
Look it up.
Hold on. I'm going.
I can't believe that you told that story about bronze and platinum. The platinum thing, how dare them? How dare them? Well, you know how you got into gestation? It was right through that vagina that you hate so much. So sorry, you're all frauds. How old's Elton John?
77.
77.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, you're close.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's end it on that note. God damn, this is a fun episode. Thanks, Bullet Bourbon.
Yeah.
Rawr. Old fashions for everyone. See you on Monday, Tuesday, whenever we do this show. Watch or don't. We don't care. Thanks again.